Alright, so hello there. We are right back at it with part 2 of the Fo3 title match. And the score is all tied up 1-1 for both the champions and the challengers. And now we'll have the third matchup of this championship. So we got Dr. Wagner Jr. going against Enno. And I'm just skipping to the ring because we already saw Dr. Wagner Jr. walk out to the ring. So that's why we're just going to skip straight to the ring and stuff like that. Yeah. If they need, male mascaras, we'll see his entrance or walkout. But right now, we already saw, Dr. Wagner Jr. walk out once, so we don't need to see him do it again. And plus, their walkouts are not that great or anything great about them. It's just simply them coming from backstage to the ring and stuff like that. None of them are unique or different to each other. I just like having something a little bit extra for the champions and stuff like that, even though they don't got those extra cool walkouts that they now somewhat have nowadays with pro wrestling and stuff like that. WWEs are good and stuff like that, but they don't got the in-ring introductions and stuff. That's one of the things I like about, the Japanese games in particular. The in-ring introductions to me is just as cool to have as the entrance, because the entrances are great. Like, my favorite is the Undertaker one where he has the long cloak, the Matrix damn jacket, along with the freaking hat that he wears. That's one of the coolest ones I ever seen. And I always like the Triple H one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. AJ Styles is good, and Shinsuke Nakamura is good. I like the O one instead. I think they turned I think the reason that they changed his damn theme song after they turned him heel is to try to get him to try to see if less fans would care to see him in the ring or something like that. Because that's what I thought that tactic was. Because Shinsuke Nakamura, when he first got to the main roster and shit, was one of the top guys. He still is one of the top guys, but the thing is, he was treated like a top guy, and he had fan club like a top guy because of his theme and stuff like that. But then they turned him heel, and now they got words to it and stuff like that. So like the crowd can't sing along, or they don't care to sing along no more. They do that to certain people. They see them gaining a certain fan base or something that the crowd likes about them, and we try to stop them from liking it. I don't know why you want to make less money that way and shit like that, because they are notoriously known for doing that. Because if you think of all the stuff about them, they'll take a wrestler will come to them with an idea for a creation or something like that, and they won't use that. But then they'll turn around and use that with a different character. And that just seems to me, with a different wrestler, that just seems to me like some bullshit. I remember when CM Punk said something somebody came to him with a movie idea that they wanted to put him in a movie, and WWE thought it would be better to put another wrestler in the movie that they wanted him in for, which to me was just how you gonna tell him to take a backseat and not be in the movie, and then put somebody else in the movie in his stead when the movie role was offered to him? That just sounds retarded. And I was not watching this at all, as I was just rambling on. And Enno, I believe, won by rear naked choke just now. Yep. In 2 minutes. I guess Oh yeah, because Don Fry did hit him with a rear naked choke, I think at least twice in their match. 2 or 3 times. And he was taking some headshots from Don Fry. But I didn't know it was I didn't know he took enough damage to freaking, you know, get that badly hurt. I didn't know he was that much damage from his previous fight. But I wasn't paying attention, so Eno could just put a hurt on him for a long period of time or something. Anyway, matchup number 4 is about to start, and Mil Morales, the anchor for this team, is going to have to win 2 in a row. He's going to have to beat Eno and Ensign for his team to retain their titles. If they don't, we go into the best 2 out of 3 situation where the challengers already have a win. Only they need 1 more, and the champions need to win 2 matches in a row. So that's what's going to probably end up happening. So Mil Mascaras is going to have his work cut out for him, man. Because if his team doesn't win this match, they are potentially going to have to try to beat this team that hasn't been easy for them so far in 2 back-to-back matches. And there's only so much Madam Tokyo could do. I'm pretty sure in the rematch he could possibly beat Don Fry in the first match, you know, because he was close to beat him within the first minute, but Don Fry kicked out, you know. If Don Fry had kicked out, I could see this whole thing had gone a different way. But since Don Fry kicked out, was able to get the elimination over him, you know, his team ended up being, you know, worse for wear and stuff like that. As I said before, Don Fry and Eno are 2 of the best, you know, starters for the team elimination matches. As I said before, they both have been able to sweep teams, with Don Fry doing it via, you know, faction of 3, and Eno doing it via the combatants. That means being 3 people in a row. Another one be 4 people in a row, sweeping the whole team, being all the members of the team. We could possibly have new champions, because I don't know. The thing I wish I could do or figure out what spot to put everybody in who's on the team. Like, is Dr. Wagner the one who should be the anchor for this team, or should it be Mil Mascaras? Because Mil Mascaras is just the anchor just because I didn't know who to put as anchor for this team and stuff like that. That's why he's anchor. He could be the number 2. I may, if they lose this match, make him and Dr. Wagner Jr. have a match, and whoever wins that match will become the new anchor for the team. See if changing that up a little will suffice or help this situation out. Because at the end of the day, if they lose those titles, they get a lower contenders match. Automatically be part of the lower contenders match that's going to be at show 8B. But if anything, this team will no longer be a group anymore, you know, as they have, you know, once they, like, what I do is once they lose the title and then they lose the number 1 contenders match and stuff like that, or even if they win the number 1 contenders match and then they lose at the pay-per-view, I usually disband the team or whatever, or change up the team. It just seems like one of their members should be part of a team. As long as they're winning, they'll fix stuff that is not broken and stuff like that. But like, that's what's probably gonna happen with the inaugural Cabanas champions, because they have lost, and I'm thinking of putting those 4 guys, if they lose, because they're now the #1 contenders in the title match. If they lose, I'm thinking of disbanding a team, or at least changing it up a little, put some other people in there. Because say for example, Eno teams lose in this. Eno could possibly be part of that Cabanas team, because he was part of, as I was showing you, he was the starter for a Cabanas team, and his team went all the way to, I think, to either the Final 4 or the round of 8 or something, but he swept a team, for that stuff. So he could possibly be part of that team, because I'll definitely go take Devastation off of that and put him back in the MMA division qualifiers and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to do with Devastation, but right now he's part of the Cabanas team, and if they're able to win back the titles, they're just able to win back the titles, Simple as that. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn this up a little before I can stop you talking in the background of the matches. I got something I gotta do right quick. I'll be back. Hopefully this match will still be going on and you won't just sit here. But I'll be back before 3 minutes. So I got back just in time as the match was ending. So congrats to the challengers that won the first match, which means they're now going to be capable of becoming the champions if they win either the second match, but if they fail to win the second match, they still have the third match where they can possibly become the champions. So now we're in the best 2 out of 3 scenario for the challengers can try to become champions. But that also means the champions, because they failed to just automatically retain the titles by just winning the first match, are now involved in the best 2 out of 3 scenario, which is not good for them. It's not good for them. This team seems like they are capable of dethroning them. You know, Fo3, he is more than capable of handling, you know, Magnum Tokyo. And you also got, if Magnum Tokyo is able to get past Fo3, Eno, who is also a monster when it comes to the team gauntlets, he will definitely be one to worry about. So yeah, so we're not done with nothing, stuff like that, because we're going to have to start this all over again, but I'm going to have it already set up, you know. That's all. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing, damn it. Going here, 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 make it 3 again. And this time, well, just have it already set up, you know. I don't have to, you know, start a video with having this set up. So what was it again? Oh yeah, Fo3, Eno, and then, and they didn't even need to use Ensign. Ensign was not used at all in that title match. You know, in the first matchup, he didn't even have to do nothing, you know. But he was there just in case they needed him, basically. Which they didn't. And then, what's the third person? Oh yeah, Wagner Jr. I guess I could go this way. It'd be about the same amount of time to get over here. It's the second one from Unlocks 1. Yep. Alright, so. Alright, no, we're going to start off right here for the next title match. So, yeah. Again, we're not going to end this just yet. But now you'll see the interests for the challengers, as they are not the champions per se, not just yet, because I don't want to say they're the champions. Even though if this was one of the singles or the tag team match for exhibition, they will technically be the champions and stuff like that. But like in my book, you're not the champion until you win the title from the champion. First of all, you gotta win the first match versus the champion. Then you have to win either the second or third match to become the new champions. That's how we work this out, because I don't like going through pay-per-view after pay-per-view with the same people facing off with each other. I don't mind that, but the thing is, in order to face off with the champion again at the next pay-per-view, you have to win the number 1 contenders match. You know? That's how I got it kind of structured. They do best 2 out of 3 situation and stuff like that. So let's end this video right here, and we can get started with the part 3, which will be the second match. So yeah, instead of doing like, it'll be title match and stuff like that, but now I just say parts, you know, even though it's 2 championship matches, or it could be they go the whole 3 championship matches. Instead of saying that, I just put title match number and then put part 1 through whatever it's supposed to be. If it goes, if a match only goes to 2 parts, that means, you know, the challengers won the first match and then they won the second match. But in the case of the faction of 3 and combatants, that could just mean, you know, that title match took 2 parts, or it probably just took 1 part. 2 matches for one match took 2 parts, or they had 2 matches, or whatever like that. You know, weird stuff. But as far as the singles, as far as the divisions, you already know that 2 parts mean 2 matches, and 3 parts mean 3 matches, and a single part means 1 match and shit like that. But it's kind of tricky with the with the with the team elimination gauntlets. Anyway, hope you enjoy, and part 3 is Gary start real soon. So to the next one. God damn it, I keep on thinking that shit is up here when it's right here. Alright, so to the next one later.